So let me tell you about the time when I have to make a decision with incomplete information and how I handle a situation with a risk and what was the outcome. So in my current role as a senior customer experience team lead, 4 months back, I handled a situation where I have to made a decision with the incomplete data. So the situation was like that. Our client tool stopped reporting for a week, and we got to know that the reporting tool is not going to work for a month because of some outage issue, and there is some implementation upgradation is going on. However, meanwhile we are getting the client reports manually where they have stated that our CSAT score has recently dropped to 80% from 85%. This was a very significant dip because we have never went down. There are dips that happens. Many school dips happens, but this was a very significant dip that we have recently observed. The client wanted to know about the RCA, why this is the issue, and what are our action plan and what we are going to do to fix this issue. Now the challenge here is that we also are unaware of the data because the tool is not working. However, we do have access of internal reporting tool which is giving us the data, but it is giving us a 5-day delay matrix, which means that if we are taking calls today, now let's suppose if we get a positive or negative survey, we are going to get that data after 5 days, which is causing another risk because for doing the analysis we must have a certain amount of data so that we can reach to the conclusion why we are getting a negative survey. So instead of waiting for the data, I being a manager, I decided to let me go ahead and do a collaborative approach with the other stakeholders, where I have reached out to the training team, specifically trainers, operation team specifically to the op team leaders and ops manager, and the quality team, which is my team, and with the quality auditors, and I picked few agents. So we did a brainstorming session where we have decided where we have tried to find out the reason behind the dip in the score. So we got various type of causes, and because all the things that we are doing is subjective in nature, because we have nothing to validate our findings, but we got to know that there are three major things that are causing a big problem, out of which there was one key policy that is earlier used to be our top call driver, which means that where we are getting a lot of positive surveys, rather than I'm saying that it should be a top call driver, is a top positive driver, is now giving us a maximum dent. The policy change that happened now, making us stating that we have to tell the customer to wait for a 78 hours before getting their refund. Now this is something new for us, and the policy has been changed, and that is reflected in the in the tools. Though now team members are by themselves handling the situation, and we have noticed that many of them are not giving the correct that as per the policy. Few of them are missing for commitment, few of them are giving an incorrect small tat, but ideally the refund are not getting processed, due to which the customer are getting the speculated information, and they are giving us a negative survey as a dent. So this was one of the hypotheses we have decided. Now we have asked the team member to make sure that whenever they are feeling the particular case has a potential negative survey case, please note down the case ID to in the sheet. And after getting a bunch of data, we found out that the hypothesis is correct, that the major contact that has been added on the sheet by the team members are the similar type of cases where the policy change has been observed. Now our hypothesis is correct. We have created and jotted down over all the finding and shared it in a consolidated with to the client. Client also appreciated our idea behind sharing the data and helping the team member by creating a potential negative survey. We conducted small refresher sessions and asked the team member to how to resolve this kind of situation. After 3 days of the complete refresher, they started becoming confident by handling the issues, and that's how I resolved the issues with the limited amount of data. The conclusion here is that we must have to turn the situation where there is ambiguity to the alignment, and whatever data is available have to work on that. So it's a kind of a paralysis of analysis is better than doing some sort of